Have you ever been told you're too nice for your own good? We often think of kindness as this pure, wonderful thing, and it is. Being kind makes the world a better place. But what if I told you there's a hidden side to kindness? A shadow side that can actually cause harm. Not just to yourself, but to the very people you're trying to help. It sounds counterintuitive, right? But stick with me, because today we're diving deep into the surprising and often overlooked dark side of kindness. This isn't about being mean or selfish. It's about understanding a concept that scientists call pathological altruism. That's a fancy term for when our well-intentioned efforts to help others backfire, creating bigger problems down the line. It's kindness that has gone wrong, driven by our own needs, rather than the genuine needs of others. Let's start with a classic example. The enabler. Imagine you have a friend who's struggling with a serious spending problem. They're constantly in debt, asking to borrow money, promising they'll pay you back. Because you're a kind and caring friend, you give it to them. You see their distress, and your immediate instinct is to relieve their pain. But what happens next? They get temporary relief, but they never learn to manage their finances. Your kindness, which feels so right in the moment, is actually preventing them from facing the consequences of their actions and making real, lasting change. You've become part of the problem, unintentionally funding a cycle of dependency. That's pathological altruism in action. Your act of kindness is more about easing your own discomfort with seeing them struggle than it is about their long-term well-being. This pattern shows up everywhere. Think about the parent who does all their teenagers' homework. They want their child to succeed, to get good grades, and to avoid the stress of difficult assignments. It comes from a place of love. But in doing so, they rob their child of the opportunity to learn, to develop problem-solving skills, and to build resilience. The child learns that someone will always be there to bail them out, which is a disastrous lesson for adulthood. The parent's kindness, meant to help, ends up hindering their child's growth. So why do we do this? Why does our kindness sometimes go astray? Often, it's not really about the other person, it's about us. We might be addicted to the feeling of being the helper, the savior. It makes us feel needed, important, and virtuous. This is the helper's high, that warm, fuzzy feeling we get from doing something good. But when we chase that feeling without thinking about the actual outcome, our help can become self-serving. Another reason is a deep-seated fear of conflict or rejection. We say yes when we really mean no because we do want to disappoint anyone. We want people to like us. This is people-pleasing, disguised as kindness. A friend asks you to help them move on your only day off. You're exhausted and had other plans, but you say yes because you're afraid they'll be upset. You sacrifice your own well-being, leading to burnout and resentment. True kindness has to include being kind to yourself, and that means setting healthy boundaries. This leads us to a crucial point: the difference between empathetic kindness and codependent kindness. Empathetic kindness is when you feel with someone, you understand their pain, but you maintain your own emotional separateness. This allows you to offer support that is genuinely helpful and objective. Codependent kindness, on the other hand, is when you feel for them to the point where you absorb their emotions. Their anxiety becomes your anxiety. Their crisis becomes your crisis. You become so enmeshed that you lose the ability to see the situation clearly. Your help becomes about managing your own anxiety, not solving their problem. Think about helicopter parenting. The parent is so consumed with the child's potential failures and discomforts that they hover constantly, trying to control every outcome. They aren't just helping, they are trying to live their child's life for them. This intense focus isn't healthy for the parent or the child, who may grow up anxious and incapable of making their own decisions. So how do we practice healthy kindness instead of harmful kindness? The first step is self-awareness. Before you jump in to help someone, pause and ask yourself a few tough questions. Why am I doing this? Is it truly for their benefit? Or is it to make myself feel better? Am I helping them grow? Or am I creating dependency? What are the long-term consequences of my help? This isn't about being cynical or withholding help. It's about being intentional. Let's go back to the friend with a spending problem. Instead of just giving them money, healthy kindness might look like sitting down with them and offering to help them create a budget. It might mean helping them find a financial counselor. It's about empowering them with tools and support, rather than just giving them a quick fix. It's harder. It takes more time, and it might even lead to a difficult conversation, but it's what true, effective kindness looks like. It's the difference between giving someone a fish and teaching them how to fish. The second key is setting boundaries. Boundaries are not walls you build to keep people out. They are guidelines you set to protect your own energy, time, and mental health. It's perfectly okay to say, I care about you, but I can't help you with that right now. Or I can support you in this way, but not in that way. A no said with respect and honesty is often much kinder than a yes said with resentment. People who genuinely respect you will understand and honor your boundaries. Those who don't are often the ones who benefit most from your people-pleasing. Learning to set boundaries is a skill, and it takes practice. You might feel guilty at first. You might worry that people will see you as selfish. But remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly draining yourself for others, you'll eventually have nothing left to give anyone, including yourself. Prioritizing your own well-being isn't selfish. It's essential for sustainable kindness. Finally, we need to redefine what it means to be a good person. Being good isn't about being a selfless martyr who says yes to everything. It's about having integrity, wisdom, and courage. The courage to have uncomfortable conversations, the wisdom to know when to step in and when to step back, and the integrity to act in a way that truly serves the long-term good, even if it feels difficult in the short term. Sometimes, the kindest thing you can do for someone is to let them fail. Let them face the natural consequences of their choices. It is in those moments of struggle that we often find our greatest strength and learn our most valuable lessons. By stepping back, you're not abandoning them. You're showing that you believe in their ability to handle their own life. You are trusting them to grow. So, the next time you feel that pull to help, take a breath. Check in with your motivations. Consider the long-term impact. Aim for kindness that empowers, not enables. Kindness that builds strength, not dependency. And kindness that includes yourself. This is the path to a more authentic, effective, and sustainable way of caring for others and for the world. It's not the easy path, but it's the one that leads to genuine positive change. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Have you ever found yourself in a situation of pathological altruism? Share your story, because I'm sure many of us can relate. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos that help us understand ourselves and the world a little better. See you next time.